Oh, there were green alligators and long-legged geese, some hunchback camels and some chimpanzees, some rats and cats and elephants as sure as you're born, but the loveliest of them all was the Alligator Alley. Alligator Alley, a 4-time winner for the passengers on the bus doing the bizzo today. I thought we were going to be singing a bit of Meatloaf halfway up the hill in Cheltenham, but got tapped for a bit of flatbread speed by that horse. I thought probably if it was over 2 mile, he might have won it. But I don't know what happened. I like to move it. He didn't like to move it today anyway. He didn't move a lot. But we got off to a good start anyway. And that alligator is such a little pleasure to watch. He's only learning how to sprint on the goo lately. 4-time winner. That's the fourth-time winner. So will he be the 5th? He'll be going again. He'll probably go up 5 or 6 pounds this time. He only went up 2 or 4 the last time. But the handicapper will be trying to nail him, I'd say, for the next one. So we'll keep an eye on him for again. He'll be out again soon, I'd say. Anyway, scatter of newcomers on the bus. Thomas Halliday, Liam Dunn, Rod Cork, Val Barkley is in Wales. You're all welcome. Aaron Jacobs and Harry Gleed, Martin Tate, Ashton Duberry. I used to buy shoes in a Duberry shop years ago. Dara Kelly is in Carrickmacross. I often had a pint at the Mart Bar there with John Joe Cunningham. If you're in it, tell him I said hello. Joe McMahon is new enough as well. Martin Tate and Michael McBrearty was the last newcomer on the bus today. Good racing today as well. Statler got beaten by Manila Indo. It was a good finish. Statler definitely needs farther than that 2-6 today. So I would imagine he turned that around come Cheltenham time, being a winner of the 3 mile 6 race last year. It was great to see Harmonia Maker coming back to form today. Probably will be better at further. So it was 33s before the race. Today it was cut to 12s. It's disgraceful, like how they cut prices so much without even a bet being laid. I can't understand these anti-post markets anymore. Scarlett and Dove got back to winning form as well today. Was suited at the weights. And that double I mentioned last night came in. Quai de Paris, not as good as they were saying to me in the yard, or it didn't show it today. Plenty of room for improvement. And Monafite, that one, I was saying last night, that double was 7-4 at the time. It was shorter today. But that came in for anyone that might have done it. Anyway, I'm rattling on. I want to go and see how does Porter taste in 23. We have 3 bus horses tomorrow. First one is in the 2:15 at Ayr. A horse that I put up the last day and it ran second. And I was saying I needed to get on the bus because it's lightly raced. And it was his first time over fences the last day. It had won at the course over hurls last February. Lucinda's going all right, but I thought it done pretty well this day to a seasoned campaigner. Let's have a look.
Looked a natural over fences. He's just joined on the outside by Hidden Commander, and then Jerryville. You can just see there Sean Quinlan wiping his goggles clean. The Paddy Pie's just lost his position and is labouring a touch on that bend, which brings them round towards the last 4 fences of the contest, and pulled wide is Da Vinci Hand as they took the last ditch of the race, 4 out, and kicking on now towards the 3rd last here, Slainlock. But on the outside here comes Hidden Commander. Rowdy Rustler between them. Slainlock just by a couple of lengths probably from Rowdy Rustler in second. Hidden Commander on the outside just paddling a little bit. Jerryville's not made much of an impression. The Paddy Pie Da Vinci Hand well held over the second last, and Slainlock continues to kick on here for Craig Nicol. He's leading by 3 lengths. Rowdy Rustler is under pressure to close him. He's trying very hard. Here's the final fence now. Slanelock now only by about a length. Got in a bit tight there. Rowdy Rustler is trying hard as they race inside the final 100 yards. Slanelock is going to defy top weight here. That's a good performance. Back to form for Craig Nicol and Rose Dobbin. Rowdy Rustler a clear second.
Like the favourite was well beaten, and Hidden Commander's no slouch either. And I would imagine they can make more use of this horse tomorrow, because it won a point to point. Last May only, and it's a young enough horse. Lucinda's doing decent enough. She's not going too bad. Now there is a lot of money for Donna's double, but that was well stuffed the last time over 3 mile. It has a wind surgery. It's 7s into 100 to 30, I think. We were 11 to 4. We're 3 to 1 there. 3 to 1 into 9 to 4 with 365. But I'm expecting that nearly to win tomorrow. So we'll have a 2-point win on that. The 3 o'clock is the Sussex Grand National. 3 miles 4. 2 favourites in the last 6 years. But the other 4 prices were 5 to 1, 6 to 1, 9 to 2, and the only outsider was a 12 to 1 shot. There's been 6 different winning trainers in the last 6 years, and hopefully we'll be having a 7th this year. The last 3 years was won by 8-year-olds, and 4 out of the last 6 winners were 8-year-olds. 5 of the last 6 winners carried more than 11 stone. Last year's winner was trailed by Chris Gordon, and he carried 10 stone 4, if I remember correctly. Yes. We have a horse that won the last year for us, and it won off 115, and it's only up £5. And it's an 8-year-old, and it's carrying more than 11 stone. And this race the last year was over 3 miles 6, so it was 2 miles, two furlongs further. It has won on soft ground before. It jumped well in front the last day, and it stayed on. So I would imagine that'll be out in front tomorrow. So hopefully that can. It's an each way play there at 5 to 1. Blame the game. There's been money for there in the last 20 minutes. But that's an 8-year-old as well, carrying 10-6. Similar profile to last year's winner. But it ran in the race last year, and it was 25 to 1. And I think it was pulled up, wasn't it, in that race last year? On the 2nd of January, come on down here. 2nd of January, yeah, pulled up at 25 to 1, and it was off 115. So it's 110 is £5 lower, probably aiming at it, and they've won 2 races with it. And the other one is a bus horse that won for us the last day at 6 to 1. It was tipped up, I think, at 5 to 2. It was Blind Beggar. It was his first run for Mick Appleby after leaving Ger Lines. And I think it was a tougher race. I know it's the class 4, but it's only up £2. He went out in front the last day, and I thought he ran very well. But he had to run well to win it. But Total Commitment, there was a big gamble on him. Aberama Gold. They're decent
Total
horses.
Commitment right round the inside, well in touch, and Montegalli is last of the 5. So entering the home straight now, and just over 2.5 furlongs to gallop. Blind Beggar, Total Commitment now being wound up on the right. Aberama Gold under pressure as well. Then Embor on the left. Montegalli angling out. Just gave Embor a little bit of a knock there as they race on towards the final furlong. Is Blind Beggar, Total Commitment on the far side. They're fighting it out from Aberama Gold. Inside the final furlong, Blind Beggar holding on at the moment. Total Commitment trying to come back far side, but Blind Beggar is very stoic indeed. And Blind Beggar, first run for Mick Appleby.
He has ran over soft ground and heavy ground and all kinds of ground in Ireland and in England prior to it, before he came over. And the bit of it's cut that's in the surface at Newcastle shouldn't hold him a fear. I think he just ran once at it. Now, there is a danger in Sir Robin. It's first time in a handicap. I think it's between the two of them. But this hasn't ran since July. But it fairly sluiced up this day.
Alongside Garbet, and then just ahead of those, Bonita Cavallo begins to make a little bit of ground. Pokahara still worse than midfield, so too is Malum Tarn Cove. Inside the final 2 furlongs they go. And Six of Hearts tries to lay it down to Sir Robin. Sir Robin, however, travelling the best and quickens up now to lead once again clearly as they race down towards the final furlong. Sam James, shake of the reins to Sir Robin, and the favourite shoots clear. And now he's gone clear by about 6 lengths, and he's going further and further clear on the run to the line. A little green, pricking his ears.
Oh, that was impressive enough. I know he was a 1-to-6 shot, but he's rated 87. He hasn't ran in a while. Might be no harm. We have to stay loyal to the horse that won us money at 6-1, but it might be no harm, perhaps, maybe to do a small reverse forecast with Sir Robin and Blind Beggar. There's a very interesting race in the 2:45 at Ayr. Rona McNally has sent over 2 horses, V Dancer and the Jam Man. Wacool, who done a good turn for us 2 runs back, it was October, the holiday weekend. It won this race last year, but the trainer is very out of sorts. I don't think he has won a race for a month. He's here for 20 in the last 14 days, but I think it's about a month ago since he won a race. Cole ran in a good race the last day, but if you look at last year's run with Storm Nelson in this race, he was getting £3 from Storm Nelson, and Sandy Thompson's yard is in far better form than Neil Alexander. He was getting £3 last year. He's given £12 this year. That's a £15 swing. So on the forum, or on the ratings and weight differences and that, Storm Nelson should be able to turn the form around with Wacool. But it's hard to know with the Roland McNally's horses. What's the story? Is the one put in carrying top weight? Is the other one the plot horse or what? Bit of money there for... there's money for the top 3. I'll see what I put up a bet. If I do decide to do something tomorrow when I see the market in the morning, what it's like, we'll see. Anyway, that's me done and dusted. Happy New Year to everybody anyway. And I got back only there today. I was doing a bit of driving for a man last night. It's great to have wit. I went back down to Carrick to pick up a couple of loads and bring them home. And it's hard to know when fellas, you don't know them when you only see them for the first time. But there was a fella getting on the bus, but I knew by the accent that he wasn't from this neck of the woods. So I told him, I says, I'm full. I says, and he turned around as quick as lightning. He says, I'm full myself. So I had a great laugh. It's great to see wit when you're out and about. Anyway, bash the bookies. Over and out.